morning, everyone. It's Miss Finnegan here, and today is day 14 of flexible learning instruction from home. But I have some good news. Today is the final day of your instruction before a week of spring break. So let's take a look at our quote of the day to send us off into our very last day before break. Brilliant things can happen in calm minds. Be calm. You are brilliant. So what I want you to remember is when you have off for the next week for spring break, to calm your mind. Whatever calms you, I want you to do that. That could be an art project, that can be watching TV with your family, that might be getting outside and being active, and that might be cooking. That could be hanging out with your siblings. Whatever makes you feel calm and energized for just feeling healthy and happy, I want you to do that. So let's take a look at our agenda for our final day before spring break. For reading today, you have, wait a second, this can't be right. Let me go into somebody's slides. Day 14, no reading response today. Read for 30 minutes and then take a 10-minute break. Relax. Doesn't that sound amazing? No reading response today. Why, what I want you to do is just read for 30 minutes and relax. And if you want to read for 40 minutes, great. But after that, take a 10-minute break. Recharge. You have worked so hard. You are doing so many reading responses. So I'm giving you a nice flexible Friday break. So rest and recharge. You'll see your last slides in your slideshow say to relax. So no reading response. But yes, you do still have to read. So after you do your reading and you do your 10-minute break, you're going to move on to writing. Let's take a look at the writing pre-write I did yesterday. So yesterday I decided to model my story on Cinderella, and I made my character's name Trashilla. So I had an idea that it was going to be about a stepmother again, a stepsister, and a stepbrother, and I started my story off similar to Cinderella, and I would like to share it with you as an example. Once upon a time, there lived a girl named Trashilla. She lived with her father in a giant stone castle at the top of a beautiful hill in Sparkleton. The father taught Trashilla how to fish, play sports, and cook for herself. Their favorite thing to do together was create art. They would gather sticks, pebbles, moss, and leaves. They would use all these natural elements to create beautiful sculptures. The girl and her father were very happy together. One day, the father met a woman and they fell in love quickly. The woman seemed nice enough at first. She moved into the castle and brought her two children, Marissa and Carlos. The two children were shy and did not play with Drusilla much, but she hoped that would change. One evening, when the father went out to gather materials for one of his and Drushilla's projects, the gloomy evening turned into a deep, dark night when the storm clouds rolled into the sky. The father was trapped in a storm and he never returned. That left Drusilla to live with her new stepmother and step-siblings. It didn't take long for them to show their true colors. Soon the shyness turned to cruelness. The stepmother blamed Drusilla for her father's death and she wanted to make her pay. She took away all of her things, and made her move to the crusty old attic. She couldn't even bring her art supplies. Drusilla was heartbroken. So that's where I got with my story. So when you write today, I want you to try to finish it. And when you're done, you may revise and edit. But today it's a quick revise and edit because we don't have 3 days to do it. You can reread it just to make sure there's not a lot of mistakes. And if you don't finish it, that's okay. If writing is one of your passions and one of the things you like to do, you can always jump back in on another day and finish it up. Okay, so do your best. Try to use stories that inspire you or ones that you know to help model your own story, like I did with Cinderella and Trishilla. Let's move on to what we're doing in math today. In math today, you will be doing the blue slides. It's all about area and perimeter. So for a refresher, area video and a perimeter video. Now remember, area, squarea. We count the squares on the inside. When we think area, we are doing length times width, how wide the shape is and how long the shape is, and we multiply. Perimeter is different. Perimeter, we add up all of the side lengths. So that's what you will be doing today. You are going to look at this shape, find the area and perimeter. Look at this shape, find the area and perimeter. There are 2 word problems to find area, and then your fact practice. After your fact practice, you may choose some of your math games. Okay, after math, you're going to be moving on to your final day of your heritage project. I have to say, I absolutely love this heritage project. I've never done it before, but I think it's something I would like to do in the future because I loved all of the awesome work that I saw you do. So I want to go back to our learning objective slides to see what we're doing today. So today you're going to write a faith journal entry about arriving at Ellis Island. So you should have at least 5 sentences and try to push for more. Think what your character may have seen. Think about what your character may have heard. Think about what your character may have smelled and how they may have felt. So I'm going to start. I held tight to my mother's hand. As the ship stopped in the water, I saw a large statue of a woman out in the water. "Who's that?" I asked my mom. "Lady Liberty," she whispered. We arrived in New York City. America was welcoming us. My heart was beating quickly. I was so nervous for the inspections and for meetings with doctors. My mother grabbed our things and we hurried off the ship. Awesome. So I wrote my journal entry about landing in Ellis Island. I want you to think that when you land in Ellis Island, what you might see. This character was seeing Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty. Obviously, they might see and hear seagulls. Obviously, we know that when you land in Ellis Island, you might be feeling many different ways if you're coming to America for the very first time and you're living in America, a whole new country. You could be feeling nervous, you could be feeling excited. Maybe that you're with your mom. This character that I made up was just with their mom. Maybe you're with your mom, dad, grandma, maybe with a little sibling. What I would do is try to model it over your own life so it's easier to write about. And that would be your final task for not just social studies, but for these 14 days. So we're going to come back refreshed after spring break, and we're going to continue to work together to do all we can to have the best experience. I'm so proud of everyone for all the work that you've been doing. So continue this for our last day. Enjoy your little freebie for reading where you don't have to do a reading response. And remember to relax. It's all going to be okay. I'll talk with you on Flipgrid. I'll talk with you in the comments. Bye, everyone.